So we last left off with this really ugly error. But as you guys know, I hope by now, we shouldn't take errors as a sign to panic. Errors are just a sign that there's something going not as we expected. And so we're just gonna sort of unpack this error right here. It says XML HTTP request. Okay, XML HTTP request is actually the long ugly name for what we are trying to do with that GET request. It basically means, hey, you are trying to load some data from somewhere else. And it's saying cannot load, and now it's giving me the complete path to the file that I was pointing to. And it says origin null is not allowed by access control, allow origin, right? Who knows what all this stuff is? Well, what this is saying in messed up computer terms is that it doesn't like doing this from our desktop. For a variety of reasons, our web browser really wants us to actually be doing this work on the internet, on the web. And what that means is that we need to actually upload these files to a web server in order for them to work as we hope. So what does that mean? But I'm going to open up my FileZilla here. So this is hopefully, oh gosh, I'm going to skip these updates if you guys will forgive me. So this is an opportunity for us to kind of take a look again at the process of uploading through FileZilla. So you see I open this up, I have a few different things going on, but if I go in the upper left hand corner icon here, you see that I have a few different, I've actually got multiple sites set up, so these are different servers that I have in different places, and I have my Columbia one labeled here, and I just click connect. So what I'll see is that in my right hand window I get my main HTML folder, and I'm actually just going to go ahead and we'll just call this Spring 2012 and I'm just going to go ahead and move some of my older stuff away into this folder. And there we go. Okay, so now I'm going to create, it says create directory, create a folder, and I'm going to call it, oh, I don't know, Spring 2013, right? Why not? And inside there, I'm going to call this JSON. I'm just going to call this one jQuery. Okay, so inside this folder, I am now going to upload my files. So you see I have here actually just two files. I have my HTML file and my JSON file, right? Those are the only things that I've been working on. So I'm going to drag and drop them, right? And I see that they upload here. And so now instead of looking at this URL, I'm going to navigate to my proper Columbia one. So I'll go columbia.edu /SCM2196. Now, I made folders, right? So I need to actually reflect those folders up here. So if I recall, I made a folder called Spring 2013, and then inside that, oh, it's handy to go back here, and I can see it actually here, Spring 2013 jQuery, and then it's called jQuery loading.html. Kind of a pain. You can also save bookmarks to these things. Nope, not that one. jQuery. Now I'm going to get probably access forbidden. Yep. Just until I remind myself of my HTML page name. Now you can see that this is adding some extra steps, right? This means that I'm going to have to be uploading this file a lot, and that's okay. You know, I like that I can sort of work locally and see what's going on. So it says take a look at the console. Hi there. I'm going to take a look at my console. Aha! So no more ugly error, miraculously solved, and now it says object. And if I open this up, state data array. Aha! So now we see we have done exactly what we thought we did. We have loaded all of our data into one large object that is an array of state objects, and I can go look in any one of them for the specific data. Again, this is why we love our document inspector, our Chrome console log and Elements Inspector, because it really lets us dig in and just see what's going on. So that's kind of the main thing for now, is that we wanted to look at how we get data in here. So yeah, we wanted to look at how we get data into our file. And the main thing is, sorry, I had this a little bit left over from before. But I just want to draw this point too, that what we can see is that this behaves differently whether we are looking at the version that's on the web, right? So here's my web-based version, right? Everything hunky-dory, right? I get all of this stuff. Fantastic, right? Meanwhile, locally, still getting that error, right? Still not liking things. So it's also just to indicate to you guys that things do work differently in different places. And one of the reasons why we wanted to get set up early with your web server is because we're going to be doing this kind of external data loading and external API loading. And what that's going to let us do is use some really interesting, kind of exciting tools that are out there. Most specifically, we're going to start working with the Google Charts API. Won't get too much into this right now because that's for the next week. But actually a good place to go for this is the Google Code Playground. This is a nice place to just kind of check out what's going on. And when you come here the first time, it's going to default to, I think, the language API. But if we, for example, wanted to look at a bar chart, we're going to start looking at how to build this kind of thing, but also build it in a really sort of robust and customizable way. So, that's sort of it for now. Like I said, we're going to talk about this so-called event listener model, right, where we tell the browser to go get something and then let us know when it's gotten back. And that model is going to be really important too as we start to think about adding interactivity to our pages. So, for example, if I wanted to add a button that was clickable, I would need to, add some elements to this div, to a div, for example, so that I can find it on the page, so that my JavaScript can find it on the page, and then say, hey, if somebody clicks this, then I want you to do something, right? It's a very, very common model. But for now, what we can see is that it's an important element of loading external libraries like jQuery. And that once we have all our stuff loaded, we can worry about going to do things like loading external data and sort of making sure that they're there. So that's all for now. Any questions, of course, please feel free to post them to Laura, and we'll look forward to seeing you guys next week.